All right, greetings. So turn up the video speed. You know, the way a lot of people handle money, the outlook on money, is actually a lot of the problem. And I'll give you some examples. Let's say you had a family member and you needed to borrow a large sum of money and they expected interest back and they said, we want 20% interest back. You would be like, that's ridiculous. Why would you ask that much? And, if you think that's ridiculous, well, most people's credit cards these days, just look it up, 20% interest or more, maybe a little less if you have really good credit. That's for a credit card. And yet most people sign onto the credit card and just do it like it's normal. What about car loans? New car, 6%. Well, let's just say you wanted to buy one of your family members' old cars, so you purchase it off them and they say, well, it's going to be 11% interest. A used car on a market these days is about 11%. They say, why is it cheaper for a new car? You'll be making the payments longer, and basically they want to sell new cars. It's a business of selling vehicles. So, yeah, you would be outraged if your family charged you 11%. What about home mortgages? 7%. Imagine that you got charged that on top of that from when you were renting from a family member or buying or purchasing. It's funny how if it's between friends and family, we have these expectations that we're not going to screw people. But most people go out every day and sign up for loans and things for things, really. I mean, if we're being honest about it, like you could get by with a lesser car, but you want the newer one that makes people look at you and think that you're worth something. When in truth, you're worth nothing. You are nothing. The car is worth something. The things are worth something. The gold, the jewels, all that. That's what's worth something. You're just a vessel for people to get that out of you. And yet you make those deals. How many people went and got luxury degrees back during the millennial era? I mean, people are kind of kicking that a little more and going back towards the trades because it turns out plumbers and electricians do pretty good. Hell, you want to see some people making real money? Go look what a lineman makes. That's no joke money there. But the thing of it is that people go for this, luxury, that to impress people who ultimately don't care about them. So this is where a lot of people get money wrong. Money always is the number that they're going to need more and more and more of, no matter how much they have. When in truth, if you get your head together from the early game and you learn to be self-complete, content, you learn to actually have things of value, do things of value. Like you ever seen someone that's just chilling, working in their garden, doing their thing, or they got a craft, or maybe they got some classic video game they're playing. Maybe they have a D&D day with their friends. It's something they can all do. It doesn't cost them a fortune. And yes, I know D&D books aren't cheap and dice aren't free, but the point of it is that the fact that most people put themselves so horrifically in debt is usually comes from an inadequacy and a lack of understanding of what money is. Money is merely a tool. It is merely an energy, a force. How you choose to use it, how you allow it to affect you is the biggest thing. And if you're one of those people, low IQ individual who can't process the concept of I don't need everything. I don't need to impress. I don't need all that crap. In fact, it's a lot like the example of like say the motorcycle or let's say an old car. When you and your boy go out there and you turn a wrench on it, you have that father-son experience. Just like things that matter to you and your daughter, mother and a daughter. You have those experiences and those matter more than whatever you could have purchased. So fill your soul first before you try to get something from the world, because the world's going to want a lot back from you. And if you don't want to be a slave to the system, get your mind right before you even think about buying things or purchasing things. Better shop around. This is Freedom Phil. Take it easy. Remember, just like I said in the beginning of the video, because your time matters, always turn up the video speed. Feel free to share, like, and subscribe. Take it easy.